Hello, everyone, and as always, welcome back to Strategy Gaming Dojo, where we find, learn, and play one more turn of the great strategy games. And today, it's back into the biggest of them all, Gary Grigsby's War in the Pacific Admirals Edition. This is our Let's Play against the devilish Mr. Lodrick, and it is March 29th, 1942. And we're going to do a combat resolution here, which means we're not going to do a whole lot other than watch and see what Mr. Lodrick had in store. Why talk about it when we can watch the action ourselves? Now we'll be watching around the Rangoon area, the Colombo area. Hell, there's a lot of places we're watching. There is action all over the map in this heavyweight tilt. All right, and we're off. I read one time how many phases this goes through. I think it goes through, there's all kinds of sub phases too. I think there's like 50 main phases and then there's sub phases to the main phases. There's a lot. No mine sweeping going on. You saw the mine sweeping phase. All right, there's a Dutch sub. Did we catch something or did they catch us? Well, it's a sub chaser. So they probably caught us. Yes, an ASW attack against one of our Dutch subs that I have sitting right here in the strait by Batavia. Now look, all we've got left is Batavia. We don't, we can't even take this sub into Surabaya. Eventually, that'll have to go up to Colombo. But for now, I was trying to catch something coming through here, even though it's shallow water. Well, we caught something, but it caught us as well, the sub chaser. But nobody gets hurt there. All right, you could see we were merging there. Well, let's talk about this first. We have got a Japanese submarine, the SS I-170, hitting one of these little AKLs. Now, I've taken these one-point ships. There's Pearl Harbor right there, right? These little one-point ships, I just have them go up to Midway to make sure that we have enough supply up at Midway. So that's a one-point little AKL, and down she goes. Shell hits 24, heavy fires, heavy damage. She's done for. All right, now okay. Now this is what I was looking for. We've got two Japanese battleships, okay? We've got, I believe, we've got our two battleships, two cruisers. I think he's got two battleships and like four destroyers. So we should outgun him. Is that going to make any difference? Well, we're about to find out. You can see the Resolution and the Ramillies. And these are just cruisers. My bad. So we've really got him outgunned. That's right, because we fought these out last time. Oh no. Well, the Ramillies got hit, but look at this. He's got two cruisers out here. The Magami took shell hits 5. It's on fire. The cruiser Kumano shell hits 2, heavy fires. Now that's almost certainly not going to make it all the way back to wherever he's going to try to take it. I mean, that is a long ways away. Destroyer took a shell hit. Another destroyer took a shell hit. Now, what did we have happen? The Ramillies took 2 shell hits and a torpedo hit, but it's not showing on fire or heavy damage. Unfortunately, the light cruiser, the Dauntless, took 5 shell hits, a torpedo hit, on fire, heavy damage. On balance, if this battleship is not incapacitated, we win that. We win, finally, a surface battle here. Um, because we may get 2 cruisers that go down. It's possible. This one almost certainly will, I think. We will lose a light cruiser, so call it 1-1. It's all about this battleship, the Ramillies, and we'll look at that on the setup. All right, we're withdrawing to Perth after that battle. Luckily, we can withdraw about 6 or 7 hexes. He's got to withdraw, across the Indian Ocean. All right, that little AKL went down that was going up to Midway that we talked about. All right, here's that Dutch sub again. Let's see if it can stay alive. Another sub chaser got into it, but nothing happened there, damage-wise. All right, there's an amphibious task force trying to take this last bastion of American strength over here in the Philippines, or on that little island anyway, that island chain. All right, our coast watchers are calling in, letting us know what's about. Man, that surface battle. I would have liked to get a better result. I mean, I would like to put both cruisers up to the bottom of the sea, maybe taking out a couple of destroyers. I mean, now we've got, a battleship we have to worry about. Interesting. Okay, we've got the SSRO 65 out here. That hit an AVP. We also have, of course, I mean, I was escorting, but it looks like the Allen got hit as well. What happened out here? Okay, so we've got a Japanese sub. The AVP, which is a tender, the teal torpedo hits one on fire, heavy damage. Unfortunate, because that's actually worth some points. AGP, the Niagara, okay, we're still trucking along. And the destroyer, the Allen, did not get hit, even though I thought I saw fire on that, or it was the Allen that was showing when it showed that, but it was probably trying to represent the teal here. Well, they're down it goes. Okay, well that let's hope that was only like a 5 point tender. So we've lost one little AKL, and we've now lost a tender. He's maybe lost a cruiser, and we've maybe lost a light cruiser. All told so far. Just constant action in this game. I've never played a game with this much action, honestly. I love it. I think it's great. I'm glad he's playing so aggressively. Makes for a much better, more entertaining game to stream, certainly. All right, did we hit anything there? No. Sometimes they don't actually stop it for a combat resolution if one of your recon planes hit something. So that's what I was looking down here. But no, we're just reporting back different things we're seeing. Amazingly, we haven't had, well, right as I say it, I was like, we haven't had much bombing in China yet. Well, speak of the devil, we damaged one Sonya there. He doesn't hit anything. This is one of the stacks coming back here, I think from Loyang, getting back. He doesn't hit. We damage one plane. Now we're east of Yan'an. We talked about all of this in the setup, of course. Two Sally's damage, 115 casualties on a group there that's just committing a ritual sacrifice by coming out here to this road. All right, one damaged plane, 35 casualties there. Now he's bombing down this group that got kicked out of Wu Chao. They are back on that road and they are going to get bombed unmercifully. But they missed there. Nice. Okay, we damaged two planes and they completely missed on their bombing runs. Oh, but that's not the only one. Here comes another one. Escorted by Tojo's up there. We damaged two planes, 17 casualties. Okay. 15 ANs on the way. He misses again. Nice. He must have more inexperienced pilots out of Canton, potentially. I assume that's where they're coming out of. Okay. He had, 50 or so bombers here. We take 66 casualties on the ground. This is the group west of Yan'an now. Same groups that get bombed over and over, and now this will become one of them. Now, for whatever reason, he's having a hard time hitting it. It is overcast weather in this hex. If you look at that up there, he missed again. Well, wow. I mean, he's dropping so many bombs. You think they would just accidentally hit something? We damaged one and nothing. No casualties on the ground. That was four straight times. 24 Lilies in on the group west of Yan'an, 126 casualties on the ground. He's actually flying these missions out of Cyan. You can see the line once we pick them up visually. That's what that red line is, where they're coming from. So these are flying straight out of Cyan. Okay, he misses there. 19 Idas now. 16 more casualties. Boy, it's death of 1,000 cuts. Oh, this is us. We have four B-17 Fortresses. Well, I can tell you these are coming out of Darwin, even though, it only picks up the line here for when he watches the combat resolution. He only knows it comes from this direction. Um, those four fortresses, they completely missed. They're bombing at 8,000 feet. It's kind of low to be flying B-17s, but I didn't suspect he'd have any fighters out here. So I just kept him at a low altitude, hoping for a hit, but we didn't get one. He's probing down there by Diego Garcia. Unfortunately, this isn't 2005, and we don't have B2 stealth bombers out of Diego Garcia. That would be fun. Time Portal. What's that movie where the battleship like goes through time? I always forget the name of that damn movie. It's a good movie. No, it's an aircraft carrier, right? God, now I can. Yeah, it's an aircraft carrier. It goes through a time portal. Anyway, I wish we had one that showed up at Diego Garcia. All right, we're spotting all we're spotting his carrier groups coming up back by Bombay again. He might be coming back for a second bite at the apple. Nine Oscars doing a sweep over Changsha. Nothing to see there. We don't have any planes out there. 39 Nels in on this group at Sumatra. We're going to talk about Sumatra in the next setup. 19 casualties on the ground. 15 Bettys in on that same group. Nothing to see here. Now he's going to bomb the swamp rats out here by Port Moresby. Somehow they're still alive. I can't believe there's any men left in this. 72 casualties. They've been bombed so many times they didn't have a whole lot to start with once they got kicked out of Port Moresby. There's 28 more casualties there. You can see the float planes are out over Diego Garcia, the Japanese float planes. Just seeing what we have in port there. He's trying to catch us dropping off at Diego Garcia. He's now bombing these cavalry units that I'm planning on dispersing all over China. We take 110 casualties there. All right, 15 Sonyas in this group that goes into southeastern China. We take no losses on the ground. He's missed a lot in the south for once. Okay, this is us. Three B-25C Mitchells. I'm running them out of Koapang, and we've acquired something. Of course, we miss. I had them right there, but just no dice. We came in at 7,000. Well, they estimated it was 7,000 feet. I can tell you it was 6,000. That's what I run my naval attack missions at, 6,000. It was an AK sitting there all by itself. I don't know how three Mitchells would even miss that thing. I mean, it's just a cargo ship floating around. But hey, it's easier said than done, right? Than to drop at a moving target that's bouncing around on the waves. Well, they missed. I'm making excuses for them now. Those B-25 Mitchells, they've hit a couple of things here or there, but man, they've missed some juicy targets. That's all you can do. I mean, as the allied player, as you start getting moved back like this, trying to put some Mitchells, try to put your best naval attack pilots out there, uh, because you're going to get some later on, right? I mean, this is still early war. It doesn't feel like it because we've been through a lot of episodes, but I mean, we're still very early in the war. So, get some good pilots out there, try to hit whatever you can. I've got good pilots out there, just doesn't matter really right now. I say good relatively speaking. We just don't have very many good pilots. So I've got a few good ones out there, but not all of them. 53 casualties reported as he bombards here the last groupings of Allied troops that we have in Java, at least the southern tip of Java. All right, now he's unloading on that coast at Banjoang. He took 21 casualties. Look, we caused 21 casualties. Actually, no, they just took those while unloading. But I'll call it a victory. All right, now we're into ground combat, and this is at Tonggu. So he's got a deliberate attack going on at Tonggu. We don't have a whole hell of a lot there, and what we do have there is just pretty beaten down, and we do get kicked out of Tonggu. Now, I have moved all of the aircraft out of Rangoon and Tonggu back to Akyab. Some of it I took all the way back to Calcutta. Just thought that was the wise thing to do. Now we had a plus here with defender terrain. We were fatigued, or we've got low morale, low experience. None of that's good. He took 26 casualties. We took 1,425. Jiminy criminy. Okay, Japanese bombardment attack here. This is that huge Loyang stack that's back here just south of Cyan now. So he's going to bombard us. Let's see if we take any losses. Wow, this is a big bombardment attack. They usually don't take that long. He took 23 casualties from backfiring gun pieces. We took 163. Now he's bombarding down here in southeastern China. He took 11 casualties. Ground combat. The Battle of Rangoon has commenced. It's a Japanese deliberate attack at Rangoon. Can we hold? Well, maybe for a turn, but you can see here Imperial Guards, 5th Division. He took our, and this is when you know you're going to eventually lose. He took our fort level down, right? It started as a fort level 3. Now it went down to a 2, reduces fortifications to a 2. He has got, or what was attacking, 66,000 men. We've got 26,000 men. He's got us outgunned, outvehicled. Ends up being 2213 to 739. When it gets adjusted, 3,000 to 1267. So, I mean, it didn't quite double when they adjusted it, but we've got a good defensive position there. Terrain and leaders give us pluses. Prep and morale give us minuses. Now, we've got a lot of units that are pretty well prepped there, but the ones that got kicked out of Pagoo are not. The Japanese, though, take 3,877 casualties. We take 2,857, but now it's just a matter of time until Rangoon falls. Japanese shock attack at Palembang. Okay, well, that's surprising. So he does a shock attack, and we did not get kicked out of here. Now he's got us outnumbered 30,000 to 6,000. All right. He's got 281 artillery, 42 vehicles. When you put it through the blender, though, it comes out 377 to 184. Okay, but he took our fort level from a 3 to a 1, so Palembang now will be falling probably next turn. 1059 to 892. So, hey, there's two battles in a row that we've inflicted more casualties that we've taken, but in some respects, that's not that important. I mean, of course, we want to cause as much pain as we can for him to take these cities, but ultimately, they will now fall. All right, about to flip over onto day 2 of this 2-day turn. He says, come on now. All in all, that was a interesting day. I mean, I still don't know what to think of that sea battle. I mean, it all has to do with the Ramillies. If the Ramillies is still at full steam, full power, if it just took a little bit of damage from a couple of hits, perfect. Okay, that's fine. But if that is incapacitated in any way, then I think you definitely say we lost that battle. So it really just depends what the Ramillies is up to. Okay, here come our arrivals, and we're actually getting quite a few planes in here. You can see Number 17 Squadron RAF, the 136th Squadron. There's more of that. Now, some of that was just us flying them out of Rangoon, and so they're combining back there. They weren't like new units. Some of those were just getting combined because I'd flown them out of Rangoon, but there were still disabled planes back or planes under repair that were held back, and now they're going to combine with their brethren, if you will. All right, it's day two of two. It's now March 30th, 1942. We're almost into April. Big, a lot happened on March 29th, certainly. Okay, he's bombarding here in the southern part of Java. We've only got these two stacks left. They're on the run. They're not going to get anywhere. They're done for. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. No, he got a sub into the Ramillies. Oh, oh, disaster off of Perth. Um, oh, there's the destroyer. Thanks, buddy. Now the destroyer showed up second. Um, the Panther. Now this is a level 8 ASW. It's with the Ramillies coming back to Perth because the Ramillies had been hit. Obviously, needs to get back into Perth. We need to check the damage. We've got escort now. Of course, we don't have like two or three destroyers, so we've got one. But it's got a level 8, which is as good as it gets at this point of the game, and he gets a sub through there and gets two torpedo hits. Now, luckily, it's not as bad as I first feared when I saw saw the animation there. We don't see any severe fire, severe damage, anything like that. But holy cow, that was a kick in the undershorts. My goodness. I'm sitting here debating, did we win that surface battle? It all would have been for naught if the Ramillies gets taken down by a submarine. Okay, the Pollock is out here. He finds, no, we found him, a PB, sub attack. Nobody hits anybody there. We got two torpedoes off, but we miss. I'd almost rather they not fire at those smaller vessels, but here we are. And looks like we're going to do it again. The Thresher launches two torpedoes at a PB. Great. Uh, oh no, don't hit our light cruise. Oh, maybe we got into him there. Yeah, we did. Okay, so the Paladin, which is also a level 8 ASW, uh, gets attacked. Well, he was trying to get the light cruiser, the Enterprise, right? I'm sure that's what he fired. Yeah, that's launches four torpedoes at the Enterprise. He missed. Then the Paladin shows up, gets a hit on this sub. He is a long ways away from port. Who knows what kind of damage we did to the sub? But usually, like the Allied subs now, if we get hit at all, we're in really bad shape. So we'll see. Um, he lands at Palapo or Palapa. No, it's Palapo. 17 troops got hurt there as he landed. Man, a lot of action off Perth. My goodness. All right, Coast Watchers calling in. There's just been a boatload of action this turn. We had the ground attack at Rangoon, the ground attack at Palembang. We've had all kinds of naval action out by Perth. We also had that AVP that got sunk by Suva. Okay, ASW attack near Perth. Now it's not showing us which of our ships did the ASW attack, which is kind of interesting. It's sighted, but he escapes detection. Well, how was he sighted but escaped detection? I don't know. I mean, we're playing word games now because he didn't escape detection if we sighted him. All right, still reporting all of those ships off Colombo, which I assume is a carrier task force. Still, All of our recon planes telling us what they're seeing out there, whether they be on recon or naval search. I mean, 90% of the planes you have on naval search. He sweeps over Changsha and finds nothing. Yeah, you can see those task forces still sitting off the southern tip of India. He's got 35 bombers in here. Three of those get damaged. 19 casualties on the ground. 42 sallies. This is just bombing practice for him. 32 casualties. The group north of Wu Chao, he comes in with 6 Tojos and a lot of bombers. We damaged 4, and he only caused 9 casualties on the ground with that just massive armada of planes. 13 Sonia's in here to the group north of Wu Chao. He misses again there. Must be a hard hex to hit. It's like the old song, "You're a hard habit to break." 24 ands in. Yep, he misses again. 13 ands in on this group east of Yan'an. Only 7 casualties that time. You can see it's overcast skies pretty much all over China. Well, okay, I say that. Now he seems to have done just fine. 76 casualties on the ground there. 22 Sonias in to southeastern China. 8 casualties reported. All kinds of sightings coming in from our ground troops that are seeing planes. Sometimes they'll misidentify our planes for Japanese planes. All they know is there's a big shiny thing in the sky. Okay, 3 Japanese ships out here on the northwest tip. Now, I am chasing him because I want to try to finish off that cruiser. So, what I did is I took the Ramillies with 1 destroyer and sent it back to Perth because I just can't afford to lose a battleship out there. But I'm chasing him with the other battleship. He's got a very disabled cruiser and another one that got hit. He's got a destroyer that's on, 2 destroyers that are damaged. So I'm chasing him, and hopefully we can catch up with him and do some more damage. 1 Nell damage here, 8 casualties on the ground in Sumatra. 21 Nells come in here in Sumatra. 26 casualties on the ground. 20 Sonias in on this group that's west here of Cyan. More bombing west of Yunnan. 29 casualties there. All right, bombing west of Yunnan again. 14 casualties. And here come our fortresses. Let's see if they can do anything. Now, I was trying to time this to when their transports got to Kendari to try to hit there. Hey, we hit something. Look at that. The B-17s come in and cause 5 whole casualties. Well, we're behind them about 50,000 casualties to 5, but I'll take it. All right, aircraft landing. It'll be interesting to see if he tries to attack, you know, at Palembang or uh, Rangoon again, or if his guys take a day off. All right, ending of that pulse. Bombardment. Okay, Japanese bombardment attack here south of Cyan. Man, like I said, I mean that's a long time for just a bombardment attack. He took 28 casualties, we took 86. But again, the benefit of the bombardment is really to try to knock down the readiness of our forces. So you can't really judge it by casualties. This is also a bombardment attack. Oh, he is. He's coming after Rangoon again on day two. So this is a huge battle, the Battle of Rangoon. And we hold again. I'm shocked, actually. 64,000 against 24,000. He's got our fortifications down to a 1, but we do hold 1,678 Japanese casualties. We took 2,294 this time. All right, well, next turn we're going to lose Rangoon, and let's see. Palembang is captured. Wah, wah, wah. Well, hopefully you guys probably just heard Tokyo Rose, and I know that blast. I can't remember, does she play at Palembang? I've got my volume turned all the way off, so I don't know if she's still talking or if maybe she doesn't at Palembang. I don't think so. I think when he takes Rangoon, she'll get really loud though. Okay, so anyway, what were the losses here? He took 414. We took 2,500. And we are now kicked out of Palembang. We'll have to talk about what we do next during the setup phase. And I think that's going to do it for this turn. Yep. Now we're starting to expand and fortifications and ports and whatnot. When we come back next time, we're going to look at the stats, of course. We're going to go check on the Ramillies, and we got to hope that she's floating and floating strong out there, gents. So we'll check on all that action west of Perth. I think we're going to go down Sumatra through whatever's left of Java and start on Australia anyway. So I guess we'll just start on the western side of Australia so that we can talk about Perth and everything that's going on there. But wow, what a turn! It's just every single turn of this game, there is nonstop action. But we're kicked out of Palembang, likely to lose Rangoon tomorrow on March 31st or April 1st. April Fools! No, it won't be Fools. He will take Rangoon next turn almost assuredly. So, anyway, thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this. I know I certainly did. And I can't wait to talk more about it next time. This has been Strategy Gaming Dojo. Have a good one. Talk to you next time.